My name is Rich Evans, and I'll be your teacher for Math 1215 online for the fall 2014 semester. I hope everyone had a great summer. Hopefully you had a little chance to rest and relax and get ready for a busy semester. But I just wanted to take a few minutes today to kind of go over how this course will work, what the policies are, and how things will run from day to day. I'm going to basically go over the course syllabus, which shows the different policies of the course outline, and which is a schedule that we follow week to week, and then finally the MyMathLab website, which is the main website that houses this entire course. The main thing I want you to get out of this is just an overview of how the course works. Also, please feel free to contact me at any time if you have any trouble. I'm here for you to answer your questions and to help you out whenever I can. Now this is the course syllabus, and it's got all the course policies for this entire course. I'd like to go over the key information with you today. At the top here you'll see that there's some basic information about the course. It's the name and number of the course. My name is Richard Evans, and you can see I've given you my instructor phone and email so you can contact me if you have any questions, and also my office hours. So if you happen to be available at those times, you can come into my office right on campus and visit me in person. There's also a description of the course. I'll let you read through that. And also the course learning outcomes are listed underneath that. So those are the types of things that you should be able to do when you're finished with the course. The next part is the textbook information. This is pretty important. Now, being an online class, you don't necessarily need a hard copy of the book, but if you decide you want one, you can purchase a hard copy at the bookstore, and it comes packaged with the MyMathLab access code. And it's very inexpensive to do it that way, and you'll get the code that you'll need along with it. Now, if you decide you don't want a hard copy, then you can just get the MyMathLab access code by itself for slightly less money. So you can decide that. You will need the calculator that's required for this course, which is the TI-83 or 84 graphing calculator. That's absolutely required. And then you'll be able to access the MyMathLab course. Now, MyMathLab is a website that offers courses like this. And in order to get into this particular course, you're going to need this course ID number that I've given you, which is Evans05184. So you'll definitely need that. Actually, to get into MyMathLab for this course, you'll need two things. You'll need a student access code just to get into MyMathLab to begin with. And then you'll need my course ID, that's this Evans05184, to connect to my particular class. So those are the two things you're going to need to get into MyMathLab to get started in this course. If we scroll down here a little bit, you see I've given my grading system, and here's the homework is worth 20%. You can see the quizzes are worth 20%, the exams are worth 40% combined, and then the final exams are worth 20%. Now the homework and quizzes are very important. Okay, and that's listed in this area. There's a certain schedule on a course outline. I'll show you that course outline in just a minute that shows when everything is due. But for each section of the textbook, there is a homework and a quiz that you'll need to complete online. You do the homework first, and you can do those unlimited times, and it'll accept the highest grade only. So it definitely pays to do the homework until you can get 100% on it. Not only will you be getting a good grade, but you'll be making sure you know the material well. And then once you've done that, then take the quiz. Now the quiz, you'll have 2 attempts. So if you do poorly the first time, you'll have one more chance to take it, and it'll take the highest grade only. So make sure you take advantage of the 2 attempts. If you don't do well, try it again, and you possibly could do better. There are also going to be scheduled exams, and these will take place on campus, and I've given the dates and the room and the times and the room numbers. Now, those exams start at 6. I usually hold a review session for about an hour before that, so I get there about 5, and I advise that you come at 5 if you can. That way, you can ask some questions as you might have been studying. You might have come across some questions, and they'll give you an opportunity to ask me and get an answer to them before you take the test. And sometimes I'll actually hand out some practice problems leading up to an exam, and so you can ask me to go over certain ones of those that you had trouble with as well at those review classes. So try to come at 5 if you can, but the actual exam will start at 6 on those 3 days. And then there'll be a final exam sometime during the week of final exams, and that time and location will be announced a little bit later. Now, if you absolutely can't make those scheduled exams, then you are going to have to make arrangements with some other testing center at some other college or university or possibly a library that offers testing proctoring services. If there's any fee for that, you'll be responsible for paying it. Those proctors have to be approved by me, so it's got to be someone that's actually reputable testing center. Like I say, usually at another college, university, or library would be acceptable. And that'll have to be approved to me prior to the test. Don't wait till the last minute. It says here that you should have that done 2 weeks prior prior to the scheduled date of the exam, just so that everything is all set up. Okay. It's also possible that if you're not free during the evening when the exam is, but you are free earlier in the day, that you'd be able to come up to my office and I could give you the exam during the day. So please contact me with any types of issues like that. Hopefully you only have to use the proctor verification form, which is for an off-site proctor, under extreme circumstances. It's a little bit of a pain to get everything set up with that, so I'd like to avoid it if possible. And so if you can in any way make those times or come up earlier in the day and take the test from me directly, that would be much preferable. But for those people that just can't do it or live very far away, there are ways of setting up a proctor. You'll have to fill out the appropriate forms and pay any fees yourself and have that done well ahead of time. Let's move along here. There's an attendance policy listed here. Now, being an online class, obviously there's no class you have to attend, but there is still attending is really doing the work online, which I can tell by the fact that you've done the homeworks, taken the quizzes by the due date. So any student that misses a total of 10 combined homework quizzes by the due date may be dropped from the course at my discretion. Okay, so you very well can be dropped by not keeping up with things, so keep that in mind. And another date that you're going to want to be familiar with is November 2nd, 2014. That's the last date that you can drop this course with a W. That's a withdraw. Now, the advantage of a W is that it won't affect your GPA at all. It does show up on your transcript as a W, but it doesn't affect into your GPA. If you attend or do any work in this class past November 2nd, then if you haven't dropped it by that date, then you will have to get a letter grade. So you'll get a grade A through F, and then it will affect your GPA. So if you're really not doing well in the course and it's not looking like you're going to get a very good grade and you decide that you want to withdraw, just make sure to do it before November 2nd, 2014. Also, you can see I've got listed here an academic honesty policy, and I'll let you read through that on your own. And also there's some information here for students with disabilities. Okay, so if you're in that situation, make sure to read that carefully. And also about class cancellation and inclement weather. And I'll let you read through those sections on your own. The next thing I'd like to go over is called the course outline, and that's really like a schedule to follow that gives all the due dates. And I've given everything by weeks, so this is the first week of classes right here, August 25th to August 31st, and we'll be covering sections 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 during that week. The homework and quiz for 1.1 is due on August 28th. Now that's a Thursday, That's due Thursday at midnight. Okay? So you've got to have both the homework and the quiz for section 1.1 done by midnight on Thursday, August 28th. These other two sections, sections 2 and 3, are going to be due on August 31st. That should be a Sunday. That's also at midnight. And that's what you're going to find every week. That part of that week's work is going to be due on Thursday at midnight, and the rest is going to be due on Sunday at midnight. So Thursday and Sundays are the days that you have to remember things are due. And so every Thursday and Sunday there's going to be work due. And for any section, remember there's a homework and a quiz that has to be done by midnight of those days. And if you just look down through here, you'll see the schedule week by week. You'll see when the exams are. Like here's the first exam on September 29th. And I've also shown the break week here. During the break week, you don't really have any work assigned. It's a true break. You can use it to do a little extra studying or get caught up if you need to, but there's no additional work assigned during that week. And you just scroll down through here and you can see that every week it shows what's due and also when the exams are. Okay, and this is the last page. And again, here's another week break during the week of Thanksgiving right here. And there's an exam right after that, as you can see, on December 1st. And then you have a final exam at the end. Okay, so you want to refer to this often. Now, as you'll see, this is located right in MyMathLab, so you'll be able to pull this up at any time you want to, and that's also true of the syllabus that I just went over. So I'll show you where you can find those in just a minute. But you want to refer to this often so you know that when things are due, it's very important in this course that you keep up to schedule, because every time you don't get something turned in by the due date, it's a 0. And a 0 grade gets averaged in with all your other grades, and it's going to pull your grade point average in this class way down. So make sure to keep up every single week and get things done on time. The last thing I'd like to go over with you today is the MyMathLab website. And this is a picture of the home screen of the MyMathLab website. Now again, to get into this, you'll need to follow the instructions that are on the syllabus, and you'll need to go and get a student access code as well as use my course ID like I showed you before, and once you do that, you'll get into this course. Now the syllabus is right here. You can pull that up anytime you want. I just went over that with you a minute ago, but if you click on that, you can pull that up at any time you want. And here's the course outline and schedule that we just went over. That shows all the due dates. This next one is really important. For every section of this course, I've created a video that's on YouTube, so you can watch that video to get the information for that section. Okay? And there's also some additional graphing calculator videos that you might want to view as well. But the video lectures right here are what's taking place of you going into class like you normally would. So this is like your lecture that you would get if you were to go into class, except it's been shortened down a little bit, but it's still got all the key information in it. So what you really want to do is you want to watch these videos for each section. Then you want to do the homework, which you can do by clicking on this tab right here. And then, as I said before, you can do the homework unlimited times, and you can just click on try another problem and keep doing each problem until you get it right. Okay? And that's really what you want to do. Use that as a learning process. Once you really feel like you know the material, then take the quiz on that section. So kind of try to do things in that order. Watch the video first, then do the homework, then take the quiz. And do that for each section. And make sure to just have it done by the due dates. Notice over here where it says My Upcoming Assignments, it shows you some of your upcoming assignments that are due soon. Okay? So the ones that are due the soonest will show it doesn't show them all. You can click on View All Assignments if you want to see more, but it just shows a few of the ones that are upcoming. This chapter contents right here is where the textbook is. Now that's an online version of the textbook, so you can click on that, and then you can click on which chapter you want to go to and which section, and it'll take you right to the textbook. The grade book will pull up your grade so far in this course. You should always know exactly how you're doing. You can see what your overall grade is. In fact, over in this area right here, it gives a summary of that information as well. This email tab you can use to email me anytime you want to. So if you have a question, you can email me. This student proctor verification form, you'll only need that if you need to schedule your proctored exams at a different location. As I talked about before, we do have proctored on-campus tests. So if you can't make those and you have to take them at a different location, like some other college or library, then you'll need to use that form to get the permission to do that. This is the test dates that show the dates of the on-campus exams, just so you'll have them and you can get them into your calendars and keep those times free. And I think that pretty much covers an overview of how this course will work. If any more questions come up, please feel free to email me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I'll talk to you later. Bye.